Up with KREM begins now.
Good morning, everyone. How you doing? Glad to see you here on Up with KREM and streaming on KREM 2+. I'm Tim Pham. We're starting off with meteorologist Thomas Patrick because, gosh, it is quite foggy this morning, Thomas. I know on my commute this morning on I-90, I could barely see it. Maybe two vehicles in front of me. It was hard to see.
That is some pretty nasty fog, Tim. Not as bad for me, but I just stick around the South Hill, which is where our studios are located, and it feels like it's just not as bad over the South Hill as it is over downtown Spokane. And we're always tracking just like 1 mile at a time, 1 minute at a time when it comes to the fog. So it is just Spokane County that's under this dense fog advisory, and it's really just the mid of that corridor, especially along I-90, that's getting the worst of it. We continue to monitor not only the visibility reports. For example, the airport has 1/4 mile visibility. The West Plains tend to always be foggy in this situation, but it is also I-90 as well. So if I-90 is part of your commute plans, make sure to just take it slow and use your low beams this morning.
Let's take you live outside right now to I-90 in Argonne. You could barely tell that's where this is just by looking at it. You can only tell because that's what it's labeled. But right now you can see I-90's conditions right now very foggy as you head out the door this morning. So be careful as you get out on the roads. Use your low beams, as Thomas just told us. Do not use your high beams, and give yourself plenty of distance between you and the vehicle in front of you because it is quite foggy. It's why we're under a weather impact alert this morning. So we'll let you know, though, how this could impact the traffic commute. Hopefully things improve throughout the morning. We'll keep you updated here on Up with KREM. 6:02 here. A new eviction prevention program will become available this summer for renters in Spokane. So the Spokane City Council passed the Pathway for Eviction Diversion program 5-2 last night. It's an ordinance designed to streamline the process of tenants to get the money needed to prevent being evicted. This means once a landlord sends an eviction notice, a tenant has 5 days to send a written notice to their landlord to participate in the program and then go over what options they have. Supporters share to help tenants who, this is to help tenants who do not know what housing assistance they qualify for, while those against this say the delays could impact landlords.
Those programs do exist to help people, and it is to try to get the money through so that the landlords can get paid, but it can be hard to find that information.
For many small rental housing providers, delays like this is not theoretical. A few months without rent can be the difference between keeping the property and having to sell it.
There are some exceptions to the ordinance if there are health and safety risks, a threat of harm, or criminal activity. The ordinance is set to go into effect on June 1st. The council also agreed to continue the conversation about immigration enforcement-free zones ordinances. City leaders say it's meant to promote trust and safety in the community amid the immigration operations happening across the country. Documents show the ordinance is meant to ensure city-owned property is not used to support immigration enforcement without a judicial warrant. The ordinance aims to protect immigrants and refugees and claims to decrease incidents of profiling. The council is expected to vote on the ordinance on February 23rd. New video of a shooting involving a U.S. Border Patrol agent in Portland that hurt 2 people. It shows federal agents in 4 unmarked cars making a traffic stop in the parking lot of an Adventist Health Medical office last month. After federal officers approached the red truck, you can see the man driving back up and ram the officer's vehicle. A Border Patrol agent then fired 2 rounds into the driver's side window. The couple in the truck took off and called 911. The Department of Homeland Security says the couple had entered the U.S. illegally from Venezuela. Federal investigators are still looking into this shooting. Meantime, the Department of Homeland Security plans to issue body cameras to all federal officers on the ground in Minneapolis. Secretary Kristi Noem made the announcement on social media, saying the body cams will be expanded nationwide as funding is available. This comes after nationwide backlash after 2 separate fatal shootings of protesters in Minneapolis. Right now, Spokane Mayor Lisa Brown is calling on Congress to help protect Haitians living and working in Spokane and around the country. She says she's looking for protection for the approximately 500 Haitians who call Spokane home. They were scheduled to lose their temporary protected status under the Trump administration today. although yesterday a judge put that move on hold. TPS is a government protection that allows non-citizens to live and work in the U.S. if their home country is unsafe. Mayor Brown sent a letter to Spokane's congressional delegation calling the program a lifeline to people escaping humanitarian crises, natural disasters, and political instability. A live look at Levi Stadium this morning. Super Bowl festivities in the Bay are just getting started. Later today is the Pro Bowl. Last night was media day for both teams, and if you did not know, there will be 5 players representing the Inland Northwest. We heard from former Coug Abe Lucas, who told us what this season means to him.
I think just like enjoying this season of my life and where I'm at playing football, I mean, because sooner rather than later probably it'll be over, and I'm gonna be out of football a lot longer than I'm in it. So just trying to enjoy this and enjoy this season for what it is, and then when the time comes to pass, we enjoy the next season.
Let's take another live look back at Levi Stadium right now. You can see all the banners up. I saw yesterday on social media they painted the end zone with the Seahawks, and gosh, I gotta say it looks pretty good in 49ers territory. Well, we will have much more Seahawks coverage coming up later this morning, including a live report from Santa Clara in our next hour.
Time is 6:07. Today is a weather impact alert day due to dense fog in the morning. That is one of our criteria, especially as it affects some morning commuters, especially along I-90, which is getting hit with the worst of this fog in Spokane County. So that's where we're watching specifically this morning. Here's your latest at Riverfront Park. The pavilion just reappearing in the last couple minutes here, but not by very much. Still looks very foggy over downtown Spokane. With a current temperature of 32 degrees, could be a little bit of some frosty or slick spots on the ground.
Happening today, the Black Lens and Northwest Passages will host their annual Black Voices Symposium, a night celebrating and uplifting student voices in Spokane. KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones live for us this morning. So Brandon, tell us more about this and what we should know about the event. Good morning.
Well, this is year 5 of the Spokane Black Voices Symposium, and I've got someone right here that I'm honored to speak with, April Eberhardt, the editor of the Black Lens. You and the Northwest Passages, they've always come and put this together. Year 5, as we just mentioned, and what has it been like for you, being a part of this?
For me, it's been a joy just to be able to see students work on projects or essays or artwork. And just to see them spread their wings, that's the best part for me. And then when they see their stuff in print, it just gives them like a sense of exhilaration, a sense of accomplishment. So a great way to build a sense of identity through art. Yeah.
Well, it's powerful, and to be in that position to be able to help provide some mentorship, I imagine that means a lot to you.
Yes, we started having workshops in the second iteration of the Black Voices Symposium, and the point of that was to be able to help stimulate ideas, help them to understand the history of the Black American experience and the Black global experience. So when they attach that knowledge to something they create and make it a part of who they are and a way to see the future even. Yeah. It's a fun thing to watch.
A wise man once said, he believes the children are the future. You teach them well and let them lead the way. Yep. Exactly, and and that's what's happening here. And it's a beautiful thing to be able to see kids find their voices and to find their role here in the community as well. But what do we need to know about tonight?
Tonight at the Montvale Event Center, there will be the 5th Annual Black Voices Symposium. It is a free event with a suggested donation to the Black Lens to support our operations, but you will have about 7 students presenting. There will be a step team to close us out. It's just about a 90-minute show. Excited. You go online, Spokane, the number 7 tickets.com, or I'm sorry, Tickets 7 Spokane. It's on our Facebook page. But please come support Spokane Public School students and listen to what they have to say.
That's right. Thank you, April. We appreciate you, and we'll toss it back to you in the studio.